Hi there. Hi, Caroline. I just want to say hi to everyone that is watching us. It's Sunday. I must say that this was the only day you could do it, and thanks for taking time on your Sunday to actually talk to us. Um, uh, First of all, this stream is going to be happening primarily for our students in a close network that we have, in Facebook. So basically, most of them are doing digital marketing practice right now, and they're dealing with a project. But I would like to actually thank you for coming in. I'm going to introduce you. You are Carolyne Hermant. You are digital marketing manager for DUCRAY. Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I pronounced it right. So thanks for coming in. And I would like to say, if you can say a couple of words about your post and your company, and what you make and what your post like right now.
Okay. So, well, hi everyone. So I am a digital manager for the brand DUCRAY France. So I've got this post like I begin in October, and I'm in charge of a lot of things for this brand. So first, my first mission is to manage all the social network and do the community management. So that's something really important because it takes me like half of my day. I do it on the morning. Then I am also in charge of the social media campaigns, so to promote all the products on the social network. I am also in charge of their website, so updating all the product page, doing also the back office. And also, we are working now on a new way to to improve the user experience. So that's quite all of my mission.
User experience, that rings a bell. Okay, we're gonna get more into that. But so, how's your new job? I mean, like, how do you find it? Do you find it challenging? Do you, in terms of because you're a graduate of MSc International Marketing, and you have some of the modules, most of the students have already, like digital marketing practice, and they will have content media management. So, generally, how do you find it now? How do you find the job?
Yeah, it's really challenging because I am the only person in charge of digital for this brand. So I have a lot of things to do, and I'm doing like really big weeks with I work maybe 40 hours a week and even more. So
Okay.
that's quite a thing to do, but it's really challenging because so last year I was graduate from the MSc International Marketing, but now I am doing this job in internship because I am doing the last year in France for my master. So I'm always learning things. So well, I know how to do a lot of things like the community management, the content media management, also create the campaign. But for instance, I am always learning about how to report, the performance of my campaign to my director. So it's challenging because I am always learning new things. So I am like improving my skills. So that's why it's challenging, and because also like, I have a lot of things to do.
Okay, and I bet you have a big budget, right?
Yeah. And well, it's kind of pressure because I don't want to do the things wrong. In my previous internship, I was maybe for a campaign it was €100. Now it's 1,000, so it's quite impressive, but that's fine.
Okay, but having a big budget, is a big responsibility, but of course, give you space for a lot of creativity. Okay, and think new ways. But let's take things in perspective, okay, and in order. So let's say you graduated when with international MS International Marketing.
Yeah.
So when did you graduate?
It was on last May. Yeah, it was in May. Yeah.
Yeah, last May. So basically, you just applied for this work, for this job. And
Yeah.
were there any other jobs? Were there any other candidates? How was it? I mean, like, this process is part of the process. If you can
Yeah.
give us an insight.
Well, so when I was graduate, I applied for a lot of job, always in digital marketing because that's something that I really like, and I've got I think I applied for maybe 8 or 10 job, and I've got 3 interviews for different jobs. I've got a lot of chance, really. So I've got the first one for my current job, and other also for the same group. It was for Pierre Fabre. And I've just had the chance to choose. I had the chance to choose the positions that I want to do. So I think maybe I apply in April, and maybe 2 weeks after I've got my position. I've got the job. Yeah.
Okay, so is there something that helped you, first of all, for getting this job? I mean, like, given that you were with MS International Marketing, you did all these modules. Were there some modules that actually particularly helped you to, put away some competition?
Well, for my current position, it was the module digital marketing practice for sure, because without this module, I will not have, the skills and also some proof, because with this module, we have the digital project with the website, and for the people who want to have to recruit, it's really important to know that the people know how to do some community management, manage a website. And with this project, you do all the things, like you create the website, you do the promotion on social network. Also, I know it's really hard to learn, but you do also the Google Analytics, and it's something really important because it was a question during my interview. So yes, this module helped me a lot. Also the content media management, because with Matt, it's a teacher, we learn to think outside the box. And also we have some vision of what's going to be the next step of content. So I've a vision of the future, something really innovative that's really interesting for the business.
Yeah, well, thanks for that. I mean, like, I will ask you a couple of more questions because for digital marketing practice, I mean, first of all, and so basically you highlight two modules: digital marketing practice and content media management, that were particularly useful in your current post. So for digital marketing practice, I mean, this year we got CPD students. We also have students that work on the masters. So if you could give them a bit of advice, I mean, right now, to tell you the truth, you just mentioned Google Analytics, because I remember that you were like, "Oh, Theo, I don't understand."
Yeah,
there is, building the goals and everything. That's exactly when we are right now. I mean, like today, I mean, like last week we had this, how do you say, meetings, and we're doing it online, obviously, because of COVID, and we had a lot of conversations about this. So can you tell us, for digital marketing, why this is important, and actually focus in the areas that in your interview, maybe, or maybe in your engagement in your current post, you found very, very useful, so at least students have an idea on why this was important and how it served you.
Yeah, sure. Actually, during my interview, the director, because it was a director in front of me, asked for specific skills. It was, for example, can you manage a website in front and back office? Have you ever managed a community on social network? Can you communicate with the consumer, because it's really important? Have you ever managed a media campaign? Do also any sponsoring, because it's always about money, So and also regarding Google Analytics, are you okay with that? And I was, yeah. So when I had to answer to all these questions, I always take my website that I done for this module in example. Like, I have built my website. I have do this and this. I promote on social network. Then I had to report all the performance, and it's always a proof that to do that. Because it's really easy to do. Well, I had some lesson about that, some classes, and I understand, but it's another thing to put it in practice, really, because, well, as I can say, for example, the reporting session, it's really important learn, and maybe to, it's really important to, even if it's really complicated, you have to know how to put it in practice and do some reporting. And really, if you do that, for your website, you will learn a lot, and it's like a skills that you will, for sure, if you're working in digital marketing, you will have to do it. So, for example, with this module, if it's the same thing as the last year, you do each week, it's like a specific topic. And it's really important that maybe not at the end of the week, but at the end of the entire project of the website, you have learned something and you know how to do that. Maybe you're not the best, and I was not the best, but you know, and you put it in practice, and that's really the most important thing for the job interview. Yeah.
I remember you had a great skill with regards to creativity. I still remember this video of yours on LinkedIn with the flickering of the hair.
Yeah,
Slow motion. Almost, honestly, that was amazing. I was like, wow. When I saw it, I was like, you got this. So you're very creative. But I
yeah.
remember when you actually saw analytics, you were like, oh my God, Theo, this is so hard. But I mean, it's a concept, as you said. You have to learn it, and at least the fact is that you understand everything. I mean, if you won't do it if you don't do it, this kind of activity, at least you know what's involved in it, and you can actually, as a manager, manage it. So, how many operations are you managing right now? I mean, like, let's say if you attack scale up digital marketing practice, how many people do you have working under your department right now, working particular projects? Similar, as you said, you do user experience right now. I mean, you have a project. So how many people are you managing, with regards to this user experience?
Well, for the brand, we are a small team for for France. So we are just 2 people working on the digital way. And then, as we are working for a big group, we have big units working on the user experience. So it's something really new they are working on. But for the DUCRAY France, we are just 2. I am with another colleague. She's working on the SEA because it's really a big thing, and and it's not possible to do it for just one person. So yeah, we are 2 working for the digital, for a project.
Well, that's good. That's great. So basically, digital marketing practice, gave you the opportunity to provide something tangible in this interview, and also help you, with your first steps as a manager. But what about the content media management? What did Because I remember, I mean, like that video that I mentioned, that was a creation from content media management. It was very impressive. Yours and Lorraine's, I remember, it's one of your mates in class. You were both, actually very, very good in this arena. So what is what was content media management? What was the skills that it gave you?
Well, it's for this module, it's more complicated because it's more about a way of thinking. It's about when we have the module with maths, it's something really. It's not like the other classes. It's something really. If you're maybe a quiet student or something like that, it could be disturbing, but it's really good because it helps you to just do what you want, do what you think, and it doesn't matter if the people are not agree with you. It just do what you want. Say something like that, and you have to. Yeah. If you have an idea, you can try it, and it's a really for the way of thinking. For example, during my interview, the director asked me, have you seen our social pages, so Instagram, Facebook? What do you think? And it's complicated because if you're not, for example, for me, I was like, yes, that's something good because we see the medical way, but it's not really dynamic. I was like, maybe we can do other thing, and you have to propose something. Really, you have to propose. You have to. Maybe it helped me to have a critical point of view of what the business are doing. So it's really important, I think, this to have your own point of view and also to believe in you and do what you want, really.
Okay, okay. So, it opens, as Matt says, it bursts the logic bubble and, make you think outside of the box. Did you make any content so far? Did you have the opportunity to work on any content? Did you put it into practice?
Yeah. Yeah, well, for my brand, actually there is like the marketing development that are creating a lot of assets, but I am always working on things, more especially for Instagram because the brand is trying to target a younger audience. So I am always I don't know if you remember, but you talked about it, TikTok. And
Yes, TikTok. Yeah,
they try to go on
everybody. Sorry,
TikTok and
everybody has a laugh when I'm talking about TikTok, even now, because they think I'm.
yeah,
I think it says like, why he's talking about TikTok so much. So tell us. Yeah. So what
yeah,
happened?
it's something really challenging. Yeah, well, so now we are trying to go on TikTok for the next year, but even if for me it's really challenging because I don't really believe in TikTok. It's not that I'm not believing in TikTok because I know that it's really powerful, a lot of audience, and for the engagement is really important. But it's really difficult to catch how we can communicate on TikTok because I am a medical brand. I'm work for a medical brand, so it's really difficult. It's difficult. I am always creating assets for Instagram, also Facebook. And now my challenge for the next year is to do something for TikTok. I don't know how I will do it, but I will do it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. You set yourself a target. Obviously, there's going to be so many barriers, but you need to explore the platform, right? You need to
Yeah.
know. And of course, as Matt says, it's not about content, and the tools, and the tech. It's about the idea. So what it's going to be the main idea that you're going to put on the content. If you don't have the idea, it doesn't matter how many things you've got or how many resources you've got. So that's great. I mean, generally, what would you advise students? I mean, like right now we are in the middle of the trimester. They're just before of the first presentation. They finished now in January because we have an extended trimester. So why would you advise the students? And remember, we have a lot of people this year joining us from industry because we do digital marketing practice as CPD. And I think that we're going to be using CMM, content media management, also as a CPD. So what is the takeaway things that, and what is the advice? If you would go back, what would you do more or less?
Maybe I think more because it's not possible to do less, but maybe to be more not implicated, but maybe, for example, to do more researches or just be aware of what the business are doing right now. Because when we are students, we are doing our project. That's fine, and thanks to you, you are telling us where now businesses are doing that, but maybe do it on my own way to be maybe more curious and just be aware of what the thing, what the business is, what be the next step for digital. Because now when you are working, you don't have the time. Well, you have the time, maybe 10 minutes in the morning, but that's really complicated to be aware of what the thing of what the businesses are doing. So yeah, maybe to be more implicated, not just for the study. It's not a question of having the best mark. It's just for you, for your culture, the digital culture. It's important, I think, to maybe go on specials website to see also what because there are some tools to see what the businesses are doing. So I have one, but I think it's you have to pay. But maybe you can just you go on Google, YouTube, digital marketing. There is also website e-marketing, and just to know what the businesses are doing, because even if it's really big businesses, it's always maybe some ideas to put it. And well, you not maybe you will not be the first to do that, but you will be the second, and it's really innovative in your way, and maybe just some ideas that you can apply to your fight. And it's really important to know all these things, because there is so how to say competitors. Yeah, more
competition. There's fierce competition, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of competition. And well, I'm working for a big group, and there is a lot of brand in this group. And well, you have to find a way to maybe communicate like in another way than the other, and just to catch the attention. And also, for example, we are in competition with brands of L'Oreal, and well, big. So it's really important.
So that's a fashion brand. This is a softer, easier to manage. You're a medical brand, very, very heavily regulated. So it's an uneven game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because on one side you have all this barbed wire, and on the other side, everything. Your world is your oyster. So you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting. And I mean, what you just said here, I'm saying to students, because obviously, you see in the course that we develop the course that you go away and you research, because this is, important bit, as you said, when you go out there, you need to keep yourself up to date. The fact that you did the masters doesn't matter. I mean, like, just the paper is a moment in time, and in digital marketing, at least, there is a lot of things going. So, keeping up to date is really, really important. I don't know. I don't have any more questions. Do you have any personal message to give to students before we just finish the session?
No, I think no. I have just really do. The website is really a change. The digital project is really a change for you to prove when you will have some job interview, to just how to do that. And that's the most important thing for the businesses, really, because if you don't have that, you will not be useful for the businesses. So that's really a chance to you. And even if I can advise you something, well, I've got my website online till I have the interview, because I have. If you want to see what I am doing, you can go on my website, and for sure my director just have a quick view on that. Just, it's a proof for you, really.
Okay, that's good. So many thanks for all your advice, and I want to wish you good luck. And of course, keep in touch. You are in the digital marketing alumni Facebook group, aren't you? Yeah. So you, if anybody here, because I can see we have some people watching us. Of course, it says Facebook user. I don't have a name. It says this was really great to listen on. Thank you both for taking the time. And a nice smile. I don't know if you can see on the chat function. Okay. But again, before we go, if anybody has any questions, you're going to be on the alumni group. I'm going to try to post this on the alumni group as well. I didn't want to actually, but I wanted the students right now that are focusing on the assessment to just at least hear it from somebody out there, because they hear it from me, they hear it from Matt, they hear it from everyone else. And when you're in the game, sometimes you're like, I recall you looking at me in analytics, and I was telling you this is very important. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I will remember that, and I was like, I will try. Yeah.
So at least they hear it from you, that you went out there, and Theo just came out and says, yeah, this is important. It's going to be in your interview. So anyways, congratulations, good luck, and I'm going to be following you and your steps. Please keep us, tag us on any good, big successes that you have, because we want to support you. And thanks for everyone for watching us, and thanks for taking time on Sunday to see this. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.